Don't look back. The forest greeted them with silence. Not the calm, soothing kind, but a dull, heavy one. The kind that makes you want to whisper, even when no one else is around. The trees stood too evenly, too close to one another, as if they had deliberately drawn together to trap anyone who ventured deeper. Are you sure there's a road here? Alia asked nervously, gripping the strap of her backpack. Marco stopped and checked his phone. There had been no signal for at least 20 minutes. There was. On the map. We just turned a little. A little. Ire scoffed. If we get eaten out here, I'm filing a complaint with Google Maps. Sophia stayed silent. She wasn't looking ahead. She was looking to the side. She didn't like how the forest looked the same in every direction. No tracks. No birds. Not even wind. Dennis walked last. He wasn't watching the others. He was staring into the darkness between the trees. They walked for another 10 minutes when they heard the first sound. Footsteps. Not theirs. Slow. Careful. Somewhere behind them. Alia spun around. Did you hear that? Hear what? Marco glanced back, but saw nothing. It's the forest. Everything sounds strange here. No, Sophia said quietly. Those were footsteps. They stopped. All of them. Even Ire stopped joking. The silence returned instantly, as if the sound had never existed. Let's keep moving, Marco said too quickly. Standing still is worse. They walked on. Faster. A few minutes later, the footsteps returned. This time closer. They weren't trying to hide. On the contrary, they were matching their pace. Who was that? Alia whispered. Probably some other hikers, Ire said, but his voice trembled. Hey, he shouted. Are you lost too? There was no answer. Instead, the footsteps stopped, and breathing followed. Deep. Slow. As if someone was standing very close, but not where they should be. Don't turn around, Dennis suddenly said. Everyone looked at him. What? Marco asked. Just don't turn around, Dennis repeated. No matter what happens. Why? Sophia whispered. Dennis swallowed. Because it's waiting. Suddenly Alia felt something cold brush against her neck. Like a breath. She froze. It's behind me, she whispered. Don't move. Marco reached out but didn't touch her. It might be your imagination. Marco, she whispered. It's whispering my name. Ire turned sharply. I don't see any. He didn't finish. His scream cut off abruptly, as if someone had muted the sound. Where he had stood a second earlier, there was only darkness between the trees. No tracks. No movement. Ire. Alia broke into sobs. The footsteps started again. Now from all sides. Run, Marco said. They ran, without knowing where. Branches lashed their faces, roots caught their feet. But the footsteps didn't fall behind. They were getting closer. It's not chasing us. Sophia screamed. It's just walking. Ahead, a clearing appeared. In the center stood an old, crooked sign. A barely visible inscription read, Don't look back. Is this a joke? Alia gasped. Dennis stopped. No. It's a warning. The footsteps stopped. Silence fell, so thick it made their ears ache. And then Marco felt a hand on his shoulder. Slow. Cold. I asked you. A voice whispered right by his ear, not to look back. Marco couldn't take it. He turned around. Marco didn't see a face. He saw emptiness trying to look like a human. The outlines were wrong, as if assembled from shadows and choose spaghetti. Choose spaghetti translated. Other people's memories. Where I should have been, something moved. It didn't blink. It watched. The mouth opened far too wide, and from it came a sound like the breath of everyone who had ever been lost in this forest. Marco dropped to his knees. The world around him vanished. Only the voice remained. You looked, it whispered. Now you remember me. Alia screamed and turned away, covering her eyes with her hands. Don't look. Don't look at it. Sophia stood pressed against Dennis. She could feel his hands shaking. What is it? She whispered. It's what's left, Dennis answered. Of those who looked back. Marco tried to crawl away, but the shadows stretched after him like sticky darkness. His voice became Chujum, not his own. I can hear it in my head. What is it saying? Alia sobbed. Marco lifted his head. His eyes were wide open, but it was as if he saw no one. It says that now I have to stand behind. The light vanished completely. The flashlight died without a single click. The footsteps returned. But now one of them was familiar. They won't let us all leave, Marco's voice said from the darkness. Someone has to stay. No, Sophia shook her head. That's not him. I remember you. the voice continued. Your names. Your fear. Dennis slowly stepped back. Don't listen. It's learning to speak in their voices. Suddenly something touched Alya's hair. She froze. Alya, Ayer's voice called. You're not going to leave without me, are you? She gasped. It's not him, she repeated, but tears streamed down her face. Look, the voice whispered. I'm here. Alya took a step back. She felt breath on her back. Warm. Familiar. If I turn around, she whispered, will you escape? The silence stretched on. Dennis closed his eyes. I'm sorry. Alya turned around. The scream was short. Then, nothing. The clearing became empty again. Only Sophia and Dennis remained. We're the last ones, Sophia whispered. No, Dennis replied. Now there are two of us. From the darkness came a familiar whisper. Don't look back. The footsteps were getting closer. And this time, they were in front of them. Sophia and Dennis stood back to back. They hadn't agreed on it. It just happened. Instinct. As if the body remembered something older than fear. Is it between us? Sophia whispered. No, Dennis replied. It's where we're not looking. The silence pressed in. The forest no longer breathed. There wasn't even darkness, only the absence of everything. I don't hear footsteps, she said. Because now they're ours. Sophia shuddered. What do you mean? Dennis was silent for too long. Dennis. I've been here before. Sophia felt her chest go hollow. What? Another group. A year ago. 5 people. His voice was flat, without emotion. I was the last one then, too. But you survived. No, he said quietly. I just got out. A whisper came from the darkness. No longer one voice. Many. Familiar intonations. Their names. The forest doesn't let go, Dennis continued. It leaves someone behind to warn others. To say, don't look back. And then, it changes. You mean, Sophia gasped, that it's you? Not me. What's left of me? She felt warmth behind her. Breathing. Not hostile. Almost human. Look at me. Dennis said, no longer in his own voice. You want to know the truth. Sophia closed her eyes. I won't turn around. You will, the voices whispered. Everyone does. Suddenly, the forest changed. She was standing at the edge of the woods. Asphalt. A streetlight. A road. Dawn. I got out, she whispered. Behind her, it was quiet. Too quiet. Sophia took one step forward. Then another. Her heart pounded. And then she saw the sign by the road. Old. Wooden. Crooked. Don't look back. Her hand rose on its own. No, she whispered, realizing. But it was too late. The reflection in the dark glass of the bus stop did not mirror her movements. It was standing behind her. And it was smiling. Epilogue. The next day, 5 teenagers entered the same forest. It's strange here, one of the girls said. Don't make things up, a boy replied. Let's go. A figure stepped out of the darkness. Stop, it said in a familiar voice. No matter what happens. Don't look back.